JSU's Pete Matthews Coliseum, once again the home of the Northeast Regional. Day 2 today feature Class 6A and 2A settling out their semifinals. Let's start with the boys on the 6A side. Number 8 Oxford looking to dethrone the defending state champion and number 1 Pinson Valley, and the Jackets got off to a great start. Rock Taylor, top of the key, leave him open. That's fine, I'll take this. 3 points here, 3 of his 18 points, 11 boards on the day. Oxford took a 4-point lead to halftime. The second half belonged to this guy, Pinson Valley's Cam Woods. He scored just 5 points in the first half, exploded for 36 in the second half, and in overtime, reverse layup here, putting the Indians up late. But the Oxford Yellow Jackets were led by big man Zondrick Garrett, 28 points, 11 rebounds in the dunk there. This one was tight all the way through. We went to overtime. In the extra session, it was all Pinson Valley making the big plays. Kool-Aid McKinstry on the dunk here. Last chance for Oxford. Down by 3, 3 seconds to go. Unfortunately, the Jackets don't even get a shot off, and Oxford loses in overtime. Final score 70-67.
The halftime speech really pumped us up. Like he told us that it could be our last game, and me as a senior, I didn't want that to be my last game, so I knew I had to go out there and score. So I put my team on my back and went out there, and they pumped me up. So we had to get the W.
I really don't have to do too much hooping and hollering at these guys and fussing and screaming, and I just talked to them and I just told them the things that we needed to correct. And like he said at the end, I told him you got 16 minutes and you can go home, or you got 16 minutes and you can advance. I mean, it's just simple as that.
So Oxford ends the season with a 22-9 record. The journey might have ended a little sooner than they wanted, but they know they have a whole lot to be proud of in the 2019-2020 campaign.
I thought it was a pretty aggressive game. It was a fun game to play, but you know, we didn't like the way it went, and everything always go as planned.
Whether they're down or not, they were able to make 2 or 3 more plays at the end, and they were able to come out with the win. But that's not to take anything away from our team, because I'm extremely proud of them. And I told them, I said, you know, you guys are the team that I would want, you know, anytime. So we just got beat today.
So Oxford ends the season with an area championship, a Calhoun County championship, and they fall just short, 3 points short of going into the regional final. Going into the final will be Pinson Valley, and on the other side of the bracket, it is Huffman. Huffman played a 2 overtime game with Albertville. It's a low-scoring affair for that much basketball. 58-55 was the final score. So number 1 Pinson Valley, number 3 Huffman will meet 2:15 on Tuesday for the championship. That being said, going into this regional, we all knew the 6A Northeast region would be the toughest one. The games played out that way. 3 overtimes between those 2 games. But Pinson Valley and Huffman march on to the next round. Meanwhile, in Class 6A girls action, 2-time defending state champion and top-ranked Hazel Green facing number 8 Homewood. This one just dominated by the Trojans. Hazel Green jumped out to a 33-3 lead at halftime. Mackenzie Hill, 2 of her 16 points there. Farrah Pearson chipped in with 10. Samaya Steele led the way with 20 points for the Trojans. The Trojans now 1 step closer to Birmingham, looking for a 3rd consecutive championship. Dominating win today. Final score 64-20. So Hazel Green is into the next round. They will face Fort Payne, who knocked off Clay Chalkville 61-46. Fort Payne and Hazel Green will meet on Tuesday at 12:30 for the region championship. The winner heads to the Final Four in Birmingham. Because of all the overtime games in the 6A action, all the 2A games have been pushed really late. So Collinsville and Lafayette on the 2A girls side just ended moments ago. Collinsville picked up a win over Lafayette. 59-38 is your final score there. Still waiting to get to the court, a pair of local teams. Number 6 Sacred Heart and number 7 Sandrock. The winner of that game will meet Collinsville in the regional final Tuesday at 4 p.m. Also tipping off just moments ago, number 1 Lafayette, number 2 Fife in the 2A boys semifinal game. The winner of that one will face the winner of the Sacred Heart Sandrock game. That is Tuesday at 5:45.